Welcome to Gas Ed. Today we will be discussing how to turn any website into LLM-ready data instantly. If you've ever pulled your hair out over fragile web scrapers that just break the second a website updates, or you've found yourself drowning in messy HTML, well, this explainer is going to completely change your workflow. We're looking at exactly how to seamlessly pull structured data, visual branding, and entire site architectures using AI.
Here's our playbook for today. We're moving from the scraping revolution and integrating your AI stack straight through to building agentic environments, looking at some real-world use cases, and finally diving into the automation ROI.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the web scraping revolution.
So, you might be wondering, how does AI actually read the web? Historically, if you wanted to scrape a page, map out a site, or just grab a simple screenshot, you had to manually orchestrate these super rigid API endpoints. Honestly, it was exhausting. But modern AI stacks, they bypass this entirely.
The absolute secret weapon here is an MCP server. That stands for Model Context Protocol. Think of an MCP server, like Firecrawl for example, as a brilliant project manager. Instead of you writing endless lines of code, you just hand this server over to an AI assistant. Based purely on a natural language request, just you typing normally, the AI autonomously figures out exactly which tools to use and in what order.
And the sheer breadth of what this setup can do, it's staggering. By bypassing all that messy HTML, the AI instantly grabs clean text, generates core summaries, maps out complex URLs, snaps full-page screenshots, and extracts perfectly structured JSON data. Basically, data formatted exactly how your spreadsheets or databases actually need it.
All right, moving right along to Section 2, integrating the AI stack.
To really leverage this power, we need to set up a secure operational environment. The setup process is a clean four-step playbook. First up, initialize a fresh workspace. Second, secure your API key. Third, generate a cheat sheet so the AI knows exactly how to use its tools. And fourth, configure a system prompt that gives the AI precise guidelines for your project.
Now, step 2 is absolutely critical here. You have to secure your keys in a dedicated .and file. Think of this as a digital vault. This appeals directly to business security standards, making sure those highly sensitive keys are literally never stored in plain conversation logs.
Which brings us to Section 3, building the agentic environment. This is where we transition from rigid scripts to adaptable workflows. In the old days, if a website changed a single button color, your traditional scraper would basically throw a tantrum and break, right? But an agentic workflow completely changes the game. It empowers the AI to independently adapt, test the waters, and auto-correct on the fly. For instance, let's say the AI's first extraction attempt comes back totally empty. It doesn't just fail and throw an error. It actually recognizes the roadblock and automatically shifts gears to a deeper crawling agent to retrieve that data. It is incredibly resilient.
Let's actually see this in action in Section 4. Here is a high-value business use case, structured data. Imagine pointing your AI at a job board that has, say, 1,700 opportunities. By prompting in just plain English, we can instantly extract 200 listings formatted directly into a super clean CSV file. The AI maps the job title, company, salary, and tags totally autonomously. I mean, think about how long that would take to build in a traditional automation platform. Here, you literally just let the agent run.
But it's not just about text. Let's look at Section 5, architecture and visuals. In a concurrent window, you can actually run an instant competitive audit. The AI grabs a full-page screenshot of a landing page, right alongside their precise color palettes, typography, and logos. You just ask, "Hey, help me understand the branding," and you get a comprehensive visual dossier back in seconds. It's instant competitive intelligence.
Meanwhile, a second agent can map out a totally complex e-commerce site. Without you clicking a single link, the AI maps the entire architecture, revealing categories, product collections, and underlying URL structures. It gives you total context, instantly.
Okay, which brings us to the bottom line in Section 6, the automation ROI.
So what does this sheer speed, adaptability, and complex extraction actually cost your business? Well, extracting 200 job listings, mapping an entire site architecture, and generating a visual branding dossier, all of those combined tasks consumed exactly 30 API credits.
To really put that leverage into perspective, out of a 500 credit free tier limit, 30 credits is merely 6% usage. 6%!
That is an unbelievable amount of heavy lifting done for practically nothing. The ROI here for small businesses is just astronomical.
And naturally, you can scale this up. Upgrading to professional tiers unlocks 5 or more simultaneous agents. But honestly, even if you hit a limit on the free tier, the AI patiently queues up your bulk tasks and automatically retries them without any manual intervention. The overarching lesson here is crystal clear. By combining an LLM with an MCP server, you completely eliminate scraping friction. You stop manually coding these fragile endpoints that constantly break, and you start deploying intelligent, self-correcting agents. It's a massive strategic advantage.
So, the question isn't whether you should use agentic workflows, it's what massive dataset are you going to conquer first. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.